family members, it's Mrs. Davis here to bring you another Math Help video. Today's topic is equality. Now, equality in math simply means the relationship between two quantities or mathematical expressions. So we're thinking today about the equal symbol, and we're going to be exploring how young learners are going to determine or compare if what's on one side of the equal symbol and what's on the other side of the equal symbol is actually equal. All right, so when your child is first exposed or first gets acquainted with this symbol we call equal, usually in kindergarten, they may see something like this at first to develop the concept of what is actually equal or the same value. So they may start working on making sets of objects and then making the relationship between this whole number and this group of objects. And then before they leave kindergarten, they'll actually be working through some number sentences that look like this: two parts equal a whole. So this is their first experience with the concept of equal. Now in first grade, we're going to be expanding that. We're going to be exploring some different ways that they might see the equal symbol appear, and they're going to have to be making judgments, evaluations, and determinations if what they see is actually equal, true or false. So let's take a look at some ways that they're going to be exploring equal in first grade. So this always comes up when we're in first grade. They'll see the whole number equals two parts. Now, I've done this for several years, and as students see this, I'll say, now, is this right? Is this true? And of course, most of them say, no, that's not right, because they're so used to seeing it done this way. This way looks totally wrong. So that lets me know they don't really understand what this equal symbol actually represents, and that this side and this side are being compared. And they're just wanting to do 2 plus 3 equals this number. So again, our work navigating through the way equal might appear, we have to really plow through some thinking and help students to see it in a different way. They also will see 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2, or 4 plus 1 equals 2 plus 3, even comparing a subtraction versus an addition. 5 minus 0 equals 2 plus 3. So again, as we're working through looking at if a number sentence is equal, true or false, they're going to see lots of different ways that these number sentences can appear, or they're represented in many forms. So I'm going to share with you the easiest strategy that I've come up with helping young learners to be able to determine if what's on this side of the equal symbol and this side are actually equal. So let me erase all of these ways. And I'm going to share with you just a really simple thing I do in my classroom, and it's definitely something you can use at home. It's definitely an easy strategy. So let's take this 2 plus 3. And then we'll put it comparing to 4 plus 1. So the first thing I do when we're trying to solve this and decide if it is equal, if the two sides of the equal symbol are the same value, is we're going to read it first. I want them to hear how this sounds. 2 plus 3 equals 4 plus 1. Then the next step I tell them is The only way we can really determine if the two sides have the same value, if they're worth the same amount, is if we bring them to a whole number. But then a problem arises because when they're adding 2 plus 3, and they get to the equal symbol, there's something there. So I just tell them to put a little, I call it a math caret. You know, we use this in writing when we're going to insert. So I tell them, take those two parts, add them, because you have to bring them to a whole number so you can see what the value of those two parts is. 2 plus 3 equals 5. In this way, they can determine how much this side is worth, and then do the same on this side. 4 plus 1 also equals 5. Oh, that makes it simple. Now we can really see that these two parts and these two parts are worth the same, so this number sentence is true. That is my easiest strategy that I've come up with. Now, when I'm working on this with students in class, I do require them to actually solve and bring to a whole number so that they can really see and determine and show that what they've decided as true or not true in being equal is correct. So not only are they showing their thinking, but they're also proving it, and they're able to really see if the two sides are the same value. This is a strategy you can use with them at home. Let me show you one more thing that may help you work through these problems with your children at home. Let's erase this. This is another way that they're going to be having to navigate through equality, determining if each side of the equal symbol is the same value. They might run up against something like this. 2 plus blank equals 4 plus 1. So now, not only are we having to decide if each side is true, we're having to figure out what's going to make it true. What part am I putting in there to make this number sentence actually have two sides that are the same value? So what I say again is, let's read first of all so we can hear what this sounds like. 2 plus blank equals 4 plus 1. We're having to figure out a missing part, and that missing part is going to make each side equal, the one that we put in here. Well, first of all, I see that I have both parts here, 4 plus 1, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that to a whole number so I can see what whole number each side has to equal. 4 plus 1 equals 5. That lets me know that this side has to also equal 5. So now I come up here and I say, what number plus 2 equals 5? Oh, 3. Now I've solved this mystery and I've made this number sentence true. Both sides are equal. Well, I hope that this little tutorial was helpful to you, and when your child is working on some math problems at home and you run into equality, you'll know just what we're doing at school, and you can use the same simple strategy to help your child navigate through determining if each side of the equal symbol is really the same value. All right, parents, until our next math video, as always, keep solving those math problems and have a good one.